Not even believe it's been 10 years. I mean, this is like a dream come true to see a vision. So George McDonald and James Ezilo were the ones that this was their baby. When it comes to this particular program, the Historically Black Colleges and University Intern Program, this was an idea that I had always wanted to build a program that specifically targeted young people attending HBCUs. I'm a graduate of Hampton University. Angelou graduated from Spelman, James from Florida A&M. And so we had a common bond there.
Youth programs director, George McDonald, had that idea. And I think he pitched that idea to us. And one of my colleagues, James Ezilo, and George McDonald started that process of talking through it and trying to figure out how to best shape it.
The concept of HBCUI was actually George McDonald, who at that point, what was George's title? He was in charge of youth services for the Park Service. I think he's now chief, so yeah, that's my man. But George called me up one day and he said, what do you think of an idea of like a full circle kind of concept for engaging young people from historically Black colleges and universities and then bringing it together with our parks? I said, well, it'd be great if they could understand that so many of these parks have an African-American experience or a tie-in to it. If we could design a program, we being GYF, and of course with George's guidance, if we can design a program with no limits, I would say, can we recruit students from HBCUs and then find sites that are champions of this project and still have those baseline criteria of having a connection to the African-American experience and historical context. And if we can bring it full circle, the students will have an opportunity to see that because they're at a HBCU, a historically Black college university, that it ties in some way to one of these parks that has an African-American historical context. And it will resonate a little bit stronger with them in the long run because they can see themselves in the history of that park.
That saying, you are your ancestors' wildest dreams. When I think about where, the fact that a lot of these park sites were even built by African Americans and, looking at the White House and so forth. And, just to see that now these amazing and brilliant HBCU students are now working at these park sites and bringing all of their intelligence to these projects that they're working on. I just think it really exceeded everybody's expectations, and we're all very proud of all the accomplishments of the program.
The Historically Black Colleges and University Grant Program for the National Park Service, Jessica Kelly is an alumnus of this program. We've got park rangers, we've got historians, we've got a wide variety of people that have come through this program. And then not just working in the National Park Service, but also in top positions in major corporations, major nonprofits who are now giving back to young people coming up. We now have people who came out of this program who are now hosting HBCUI interns. So that's success.
10 years later, I think we've accomplished maybe 75% of what we hope to accomplish. We've got 25% more to grow. So it's exciting to see where it goes from here. But I'm very, very happy with the success to date. Very happy with the program.
This year, our cohort is a very large group of very diverse super talented, 55 individuals from 26 historical Black colleges around over 30 states. So I feel like the vision that Angelou set out over 15 years ago has been achieved, and every year we're making it a goal to increase that cohort.
We made it our business to make sure that each year we would make the program better. And there would be nothing that could get in the way of us improving and continuing this program. And we've had all sorts of things that have happened to us, some good, some bad. I always say that you learn from the really bad stuff. And we have had things that have happened in this program where it was like, whoa, that's not good. I will call up Green Youth Foundation, hey, somebody's got to get on a plane. They got to get out to Arizona. We got a crisis going on. It's a Thursday. They're on the plane on Friday morning. Solve. Every problem we've ever had was solved. Then we also get accolades from some of the highest ranking officials in the Department of Interior. We have gotten accolades from the White House regarding this particular program. It's a program that transcends politics. We have had Republicans, Democrats, independents, and everybody else say, once they have seen this program, this is a great program. And that's because the program has stood on its merits.
See Greening Youth being really good at is reaching the vision and then expanding it. And so we have a way of not being content with reaching a goal that's set, to say, okay, we've done enough. What we're able to do is to roll up our sleeves and say, how might we create more impact and touch more lives and help more people have access to these kinds of opportunities. And so I think that that's been the biggest change, that we do more. The virtual conference is a great example of that, just doing more to connect with partners, to make our relationships more meaningful, and then to drive just longer sustainable and value, I'd say.
Been here for the entire tenure of the program, but I will say, just working with the program and looking at the historical data, this program has grown from literally two historical Black colleges. The first was Tuskegee and Hampton University. I believe there were maybe 4 students. And of course, to see 10 years later, 50 students, 26 HBCUs, we are growing. The doors are open.
HBCUI definitely does that. The internship program has fully revealed that there's students, Black, Brown, Hispanic, all around, that are interested in developing a stake in the national parks and being able to get their families acclimated to these different environments, because they're the most beautiful spaces in America.
A feeling that this has been fantastic for me, because I've seen that I've made a difference in somebody's life, and part of this program has to be that continuous, growth and development in not only the lives of the students, but also those of us that are fortunate enough to work in that space and kind of steward this program and other programs at GYF forward, never forgetting that it impacts us on a cellular level, because it changes who we are as people every time we're able to add value to somebody else.
I have a lot of passion for it, because I myself, I'm an HBCU alum. I went to Tuskegee University. It was a great Tuskegee University. So I'm always thrilled to see that the Park Service is recruiting from Tuskegee. We've always had interns there. Specifically, I'm always glad when we go out there to recruit students who in turn go back out and tell people about their experiences. And nothing can be better than recruiting somebody and they're asking these questions about NPS, having no knowledge of NPS, and finally getting an internship and going through with it and landing a job with NPS after they graduate. That is about the best thing that ever happens to me. And when that happens, I feel like, I felt like my job was complete.
HBCUI is telling the story of so many youth that are representing rural America, representing first-generation college students, representing the numbers that we need to hear, right? We don't always want to hear the negative numbers, the stats, the statistics. So HBCUI is my story of a young girl wanting to see the world and didn't know how. So these type of programs allowed me to board my first plane, to sign my first lease, and also to secure my future. So my story is very unique, but it also is very common with the students we manage. So it's a very easy common denominator, and that story is coming full circle. So coming from intern to manager of a program that's a national program, this engages over literally 50, 60 students, is definitely very, it's fulfilling the passion. So for me, it's a story returning home. It's a young girl finding her way, and along the way, discovering Green Youth Foundation. So it was really living my passion, learning how to forge the way with the students, and also telling their story while completing my circle.
This organization has personally changed me because I'm able to see the work that we do in real time. I'm able to talk to the interns. I'm able to see what they're working on through their digital media journals. I'm able to talk to them one-on-one just to see how their experience is going. And because of that, it allows me to know that I am paying it forward, and also I'm pouring into the next generation to ensure their success, and also making sure that they can be who they want to be when they get into their career paths.
Take that moment in and take advantage of everything that's offered to you, because not everybody gets this opportunity. We only accept about 3 to 6% of all the people who apply for the position.
Going interns can maximize this experience going forward is making sure that they are networking, connecting with their supervisors, connecting with their other peers to make sure that they keep those relationships, those professional relationships that help them further their careers, even get advice they may need when they do transition to the next part of their lives, and just also making sure that they don't take it for granted. Relationships that you build now can be relationships that help you later on in life.
We would love to see HBCUI become a global brand where we're in not just the US, but of course all over the world. This story is so unique. We know the historical Black colleges are unique. They were started in the 1800s, and they've been around a long time. So we know that there's value in diverse stories, in diverse people telling their stories in the great outdoors. So is there value just in America? There's value all over the world. So we would love to see this program not just go global with other partnerships, but also within the other agencies within the interior. So we would love to expand the program, and we also would like to connect with different partners. So we definitely see growth in the future, in the very near future, and I definitely seeing it across the pond. So we would love to see it in other countries. And also we love to see new partners come on board. As I stated, we have 26 schools represented. Overall, there's 107 for universities collectively in the HBCU circle. So we have 107 historical Black colleges and universities, and we only have 26. So we would love to see those numbers go up, where we literally have representation at every single school that is an HBCU.
Vision for HBCUI is to see the program flourish. Right now, we currently serve quite a bit of HBCUs, but we're not in every single one of them. So in the future, I hope that we're able to get access to all the HBCUs and make sure that all students have access to the opportunities that we offer to them as an organization.
I have the luxury of age. I have been through it, and I'm past it. And when you look back and you realize that, man, those were nice years. Those were things, things were nice. But when you're in there, you don't really realize it. But for somebody like me, I just want to let them know that enjoy the opportunities as they come. Figure out what you want to do, make yourself a plan, and work your plan.
Definitely write about your story, vlog about your story. But from there, make sure that someone else knows that someone else is ready to do this same type of work, or that you get hired on and can hire someone else yourself. It doesn't always have to be related back to the National Park Service. That's not how you advocate for lands in the best way for you. Whatever you can do that helps you connect to nature, connect to people.
To the interns, I mean, one of the things that I would say is never forget where you've come from. I think that, no matter how far you get in life, how much you accomplish, never forget your roots, the people that, poured so much into you to get you to that HBCU, to get you to school, to get you to this next phase in life. Give back to your community.
Last minute advice for all the interns is make sure that you are always confident in yourself, your abilities. Do not ever let anyone tell you can't, and always remember that you can, as long as you put your mind to it.
To form deep connections with the people with whom they work, and to ensure that those connections become a part of their pathway. And so not to leave this as an experience that they went through and then they're off to the next thing, but to think about it as a really important part of the journey, and then to take the experiences with them on the journey so that they rely on the contacts, rely on the information, and know that the work that they're doing is important and useful and matters. And so
to seize the day, remember that this is a pathway that is very short, is very intense, is very robust. We've set out to make a very great program for you for 10 to 12 weeks. So hopefully you've learned a lot of things that you can take in your future. We know that everyone won't be a land management manager or may not be a park ranger, but hopefully we're building stewardship. So whether that means reducing your single-use plastic use or starting a recycling club, not only are we here to provide future land managers, we also want to build better humans. So here we're in the business of not just putting you in internships, but also hopefully you're leaving better than what you came to us. We know you're young adults. We know that you're venturing out to the world. So hopefully you're equipped with a new skill set that you didn't have 12 weeks prior, that when you leave here today, whether you're getting LEED certified, whether you've picked up a new skill set, whether you're getting PLC certified, hopefully you've learned something that you didn't know 12 weeks prior. And hopefully that would change you for the rest of your life.
Am extremely excited of what the future holds. I'm very proud of this cohort for the 10th year, and I'm extremely grateful to all our partners for their support, whether it's our federal partners or our private sector partners, our philanthropic partners that came to the table with more dollars to help the workshop and the students really gain the best experience from this 10th year. So I wish everybody a fantastic, summer session, fantastic workshop, and all the best to you. And we'll see you in the next 10 years.